What's up, guys? So, we talked about Israel, we talked about Palestine yesterday, and the fight continues over there. And I don't think there's going to be an end anytime soon. So, this is the second war that started. We're probably going to wait for the third one to start, which is probably going to be China and Taiwan. But, what does this mean to the United States? I believe both countries are at fault at this point. I'm not going to take sides. Hamas is a terrorist group because they do heinous acts, the way they conduct their operations. Israel equally at fault with their with the way that they occupy their land, and just the way they do their thing. So, of course, United States has to step in because Israel is the ally of United States, and since we have to basically spread democracy everywhere in the world, so we have to step in. So our idiot in chief, spoke today, without being able to conduct a full sentence, construct a full sentence, I should say. So, and, screw our economy, bro. We're fighting. Here's the military support the U.S. is sending towards Israel from the U.S. Navy ships to munitions. Yep, we're sending carriers. After the surprise attack on Israel by the Palestinian militant group Hamas over the weekend, the U.S. has been swift in its response and providing aid. Of course we are. We made out of money. We shit money every day. On October 7, Hamas militant launched a surprise attack on Israel, killing dozens of civilians and abducting others. Israel responded with a series of airstrikes throughout the Gaza Strip. Since the conflict began, at least 1,000 Israelis have died, with another 2,500 injured, according to Israel's health ministry in Washington. The death toll for the Palestinians has increased to at least 830 people, and at least 4,250 have been injured, according to Gaza's health ministry. The U.S. contributes $3 billion annually to its ally in the Middle East and will bolster that support by sending additional munitions and redirecting fighter jets and aircraft carriers toward Israel. Most notably, the USS Gerald R. Ford, the newest U.S. aircraft carrier, is being directed from its station in the Mediterranean towards Israel. Here's what the U.S. is providing to and around Israel amid the conflict. The supercarrier, out on its first full deployment, is now moving toward Israel as a show of support from the U.S. Insider Chris Panella previously reported. Included in the USS Gerald R. Ford strike force are a number of other cruisers and destroyers. The USS Normandy can fire missiles to strike land targets or fire missiles to defend against aircraft or incoming missiles. So let's just pause here for a second. So now US is getting directly involved, basically, with this conflict. There is a lot of Palestinians that live in the United States. And as you have seen and witnessed what's going on in New York, or what happened in New York yesterday with the protests, you have to realize how people get radicalized. Now comes the job of the media, where, well, not really media, but social media rather, where you will see images, you will see videos, you will see death, you will see destruction, you will see babies, and I believe it was reported 40 babies were killed or beheaded. Now that story hasn't been really confirmed. This is just circulating, but it's part of the area where it was bombarded with missiles, and this is war. This is absolute war, and I won't be surprised if Netanyahu orders, well, I think he's gonna have air seizures going into Gaza and tanks and all that stuff. So there's gonna be ground operations going on. But overall, there's gonna be many more deaths. So, interesting part is that today, I always questioned which side I'm on. And I blatantly said neither. I do not support neither Israel or Palestine. And Palestine, technically, Palestine is an ideology. It's an identity. It's not. Palestine wasn't recognized until 1988 as a sovereign nation, and you know, and this whole land claim thing. This is why I say I stand by neither of them. And I have always said, if we leave Middle East alone, they'll eventually kill each other off, and there'll be free land for everybody, because that's just that's their history. They fight one another constantly. Sunnis and Shias are always fighting one another, you know. And throw the Jews in the mix, the Jews will be the first ones to go. That's just the reality of it. That's just how it works, right? No matter how much you say, oh, you know, violence against the Jews and whatnot, this is just how it's always been for the longest time, right? And this is nothing against the Jews. The reality of it is this. It's the fact, right? You know, there's no coexistence. There'll never be coexistence, even between the Christians and the Muslims, right? That's just how the Middle East functions. There'll never be peace in the Middle East. That's just, it's the rhythm. That's how it's always been for centuries. This is not a recent event. This is not a recent thing that's been happening for the past century. No. This has been happening for hundreds of years. Maybe thousands. This is how the world functions, all right? Yes, do I want peace? Absolutely. Do I hate death and destruction? Absolutely. You know, nobody comes out a winner. Nobody comes out a winner. Girls, boys, moms, dads, grandpas, grandmas, they all die within this. No one's a winner. No one's going to walk around, hey, I won the fight, I won the war. No. That's not how it works. And, you know, for United States try to say, oh, we're spreading democracy, we're spreading democracy. Well, you know what? You need to learn something about the Middle East. They don't function under democracy. Okay? Democracy is Marxist. Democracy is socialist. They don't do that. Middle East functions under dictatorship. Middle East functions under hierarchy leadership. That's it. That's how they lived for over hundreds and thousands of years. And for America to come and say, hey, no, you need to have democracy in your system for humanitarian right. No. That doesn't last. All right? So, what's happening with Israel, what's happening with Palestine, it is sad, but it's reality. Right? They have been fighting for God knows how long. It's been going on for what, 40 years, 30 years, 40 years now? It's been going on for 40 years. Longer. They've had so many ceasefires. This just happened to be one of the major, most tactical, most thought out attack on Israel. So you have to give credit where credit is due. Palestine, man, it was organized. Even the intel services failed to even get notified of this attack. Just own up to it. You screwed up. The intel agencies screwed up. They didn't know, or unless, or either they didn't know or they didn't take it as a credible threat. I don't know. But what's gonna happen after this? So now U.S. ships are there. This will escalate to higher death toll. This will escalate for more destruction. I've been saying Gaza probably going to get leveled, not mostly, but partially is going to get leveled. And you know, the UN, you know, came out, oh, if you're gonna have a war, you need to go, you know, with the humanitarian war and leave the civilian area alone. Only, bro, it's war, man. You know, they're gonna fight till death. Hamas, they're savages. The Chechen leader, you know, said he's gonna send fighters to fight alongside Hamas. Chechens are ruthless. Chechens are ruthless. If you see how these people fight and kill people, they kill them without any hesitation. They don't give a damn how old you are. They all will die the same. That's it. They will die the same. So, who's the sponsor of this terrorist attacks? Blame Iran. Blame whoever you want to blame. This conflict is the fault of both Israel and Gaza and Hamas. They both had fault at this. All right. This is why I don't take the side of Ukraine. This is why I don't take the side of Russia. I only take the side of United States, which at this one is becoming very, very questionable because of the leadership that we have. And you know, this is a lose-lose situation, guys. I mean, it's sorry to make this depressing today, but it is what it is. It's a depressing day today because we got weak leadership. We got money being spent at stupid wars again that has nothing to do with us. We have potential threats of a homegrown terrorist cells, which they have been here for a while through the open borders. So we might actually face some of that, which scares the hell out of me, guys. Scares the hell out of me. So I don't know. Tell me what you think. I mean, I honestly, I'm at this point, I'm kind of flabbergasted. I'm lost for words. And I was talking to my wife today. You know, we had this whole discussion about, you know, she asked me who I support. I said I don't support any of them. And, you know, my wife's Armenian, and, you know, she's upset about the situation in Armenia. So am I, because Azerbaijan is taking land. But they also have a weak leader. Their leader is garbage. Their president is stupid. He's a globalist. So whose side are you going to take? Who are you going to argue with? Nobody. You got nobody to argue with because you can't do anything. So anyways, let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. And don't forget to share and subscribe to the channel. Peace out.